I haven't made a video in a few days. I had some kind of weird stomach ache and headache for the past 2 days, and because I live in NorCal, the air quality has been horrible these past few days because of the 3 major and maybe even more wildfires we've had here. Despite all of that, I decided to actually get a GoPro housing, a skeleton housing. I didn't go with the official one, and I will explain later on why I didn't. This is also the worst spot for an unboxing. I couldn't wait. It literally got to my house like an hour ago. I brought them out with me. Wanted to just, take you guys along for the adventure. This would be a very impromptu unboxing. What I got was a same top housing. I went with an aftermarket, read on all the reviews. People got aftermarket. They said the housing slide around if it's not on a GoPro official foot or base, as I would call it. Since I have the GoPro head strap itself, I feel confident it won't loosen, as I did read other reviews that said they had the same top foot that the same top housing connected onto, and it would still wiggle around even though it was tightly secured. One of the reasons I got the housing is because it's going on a GoPro official accessory, so I don't think that the housing would actually move around. Second, it's going on top of my head. Now, if it were going, say, getting stuck onto a window, I would not feel as confident buying a third party if it was going on another third party suction cup mount. But since I only have GoPro and Joby suction cup mounts, I am confident in also using this actually if I wanted to use the GoPro outside of its waterproof housing, but I would feel more secure if the camera was actually mounted somewhere low actually in the car itself. The primary reason is because it's half as cheap as the GoPro official housing. With the actual head strap itself, and what it would look like is essentially, and I got this completely wrong, give me 1 second, I'm gonna flip it around here. Without this housing, and since this is an action cam, what it would look like is this. Since it's kind of leaning on your left side, which is my right side, if I were to use the action cam as this, it would cover basically my right eye. Now, if I were to move this to the very inside, this would be dead center. It would essentially look like this. If I were to put it on my head, it literally would still be sticking out way too far. Not only would it be basically on top of my nose, this is the furthest it'll go. This little notch right here is still stuck. It won't fully bend down. That's why I got this. If I use the actual GoPro housing, I hope I brought it with me actually. This is the official GoPro housing. Do you see how much that pushes out? If I put it on my head, mount it to where I actually want it to be, the steering wheel is not facing upwards that way. It is taking way too much. Here, I don't know how well the camera will autofocus. It's this part right here that's getting stuck. With the same top housing, you can tell it is much flatter. Record the drive back. The people who I've seen use this so far don't wear glasses. At night, that's when my glasses really come into use. Hopefully I'll be able to. I don't know if this will work out. I don't know how much of a blockage this will be to my line of vision, but let's just see what happens. I don't exactly know how this doesn't block your line of vision. I actually had to extend using 2 extension arms. It just wasn't gonna work out. I don't, even at sharpest angle, the camera was still facing upwards. This is the worst timing to be putting this housing to the test. The way how I have it set up right now is the camera is in front of my nose, so it's not even eye level. At least it's clear of my vision. I can use it at night, which most of the time I wouldn't. I would be using this more during the day, so it would be easier. This is just a short test. I'm gonna be taking it off real soon.
So we are clear. The source is clear. Astonishing, it just makes me think of like when I'm not awake yet and everything's just kind of blurry. Probably.
We're out here actually at the water bar in the back. Came up to do some stuff up in the city and just wanted to get this amazing view. Also the back here. This is pretty memorable. None of this would be visible if we were in South Bay. That's how much smoke there is. So for me to be able to see actually the island from here right now, very fortunate to be able to actually see it right now. Whereas back in South Bay, that would not be possible. So just enjoying the day here up in the city. Gonna be heading back down soon. I'm waiting for my dessert, doing some coffee as well. Had some pretty nice lobster bisque with, I think it was swordfish. Having some late lunch, early dinner, enjoying the view, and heading back down soon. Check out the view here. This is one of the good parts about the iPhone's HDR, but well, also because the sun is actually hidden, I think somewhere right here in this area. Highlights aren't blown, shadows are perfectly lit. The air is much cleaner here. SM in general is just really windy all throughout the year. As much as we want wind down in South Bay, if we have strong winds, it might actually worsen the wildfires. But at the same time, we do want strong winds as well to blow the ash away. With that stuff, they did have some air pollution with how strong the winds are here all throughout the day. Or to me, they're strong, but to the average person, probably not as strong. Just any kind of wind up here is, you know, is just as bad yet just as good. And down in South Bay, we don't have any wind. Our air pollution is horrible, and there's basically none up here.
Hey, your cup is hot.
This is a gigantic spoon.
Yeah, there we go. Actually, not refreshing. 为什么？应该先吃那个。这就口不脆。要不你刚才有问他里面是 dark chocolate， 里面是什么啊？我有看到 brownie 跟
And
mousse。
assortment dropped in there. Hey, what are you doing? Stop moving it.
If the salt wasn't on top, it probably would be too sweet. 如果上面没有
Not exactly sure where I'm going to insert this video. It's currently 3:17 p.m. Outside there's a bit of a yellow-orange hue. The iPhone likes to lean towards blue and green, so I'm going to have to adjust the white balance on that. Driver's side. Might have to play around with the curves and lower the exposure by a bit. Look at all that ash. And mind you, these are not clouds. Like I mentioned earlier, these are ash clouds, not clouds. Look at that. Let's go 2x zoom. Look at that yellow ball of fire. A quick shout out to the specific GoFundMe protecting Oregon from wildfire. I know on the news there was a real segment saying there's a lot of fake GoFundMes out there, but this one I received from a friend. This one stands out to me as I received from another source. The smoke actually from the California wildfires have reached Canada, but with Oregon just north of us, we would like to try and contain everything here in California without it spreading even further. If you guys could, that would be greatly appreciated.